Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk movies, television, and wrestling. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Share and leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? So, yeah, this was the final episode of Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. And quite possibly, very likely, I might add, the very last Monday Night Raw for AJ Styles. In a lot of ways, the show was kind of surrounded by him, or is being built around him, I should say, and Finn Balor, which I thought was really smart. Again, like I was going through kind of a conversation between my friend, as me and him, what we always do, we watch the show at the same time, and we text each other throughout. And, you know, he's just like, man, nothing like really big is happening. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think anything big necessarily needs to happen. I've been seeing a lot of posts who kind of think the way that I do, that 2020, this January has been a great month for WWE. And like, there has not been anything big. There has not been very brash. Yeah, again, all these title matches, if you will. I mean, CM Punk has now defended the title 3 times, playing to catch up from the lack of defenses from winning it back in November. So way to go CM for that. But it was also just, you know, again, there's not that big ooh moment that's like big and shocking and all that. It's just we're building these building blocks. We know where everything is heading to, and that we are anticipating when we get to those moments. Now, it's just all about execution, and when you choose to execute as well too, right? Because there's a lot of times when they do build some things up, and there is no payoff for it whatsoever. One thing I am kind of worried about is the reveal of the higher power, if you will, for Adam Pearce, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman, because they have the face-to-face, and we did not get the reveal of who the higher power was. I hope we do get one later on. It is starting to make me think it might be The Rock, but again, why would it be The Rock? So I kind of hope we get a whole other character, if you will, for this, because Adam Pearce comes out and he just, you know, kind of rolls over and says, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I messed up. Breaker, you're in the Rumble. And guess what? Everyone else is in the Rumble too. And they talked about on commentary through the Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio match, where they were like, well, no, Adam Pearce is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, because he's trying to destroy the vision from within. And then we get that, what I honestly think was a pretty bad segment of the Vision later on, where Logan Paul's like, yes, we're all going to team up together to make sure Braun Breaker wins. And everyone just agreed. And my only main problem with it is that Bronson Reed is just okay with it. Like, dude, and again, this is not necessarily on Bronson Reed. I'm just talking about it within his character and, you know, with how the booking is. You beat Roman Reigns. Like, you beat him. Not many people can say they have beaten Roman Reigns in the 2020s, right? Like, I think it's only 3. I think it's only Jey Uso, who has pinned him, Cody Rhodes, and you. Like, I honestly think those are the only 3 people that could say they have beaten Roman Reigns within this current decade. You should be up a wall, like, why is Braun Breaker getting all the opportunities? Where is mine? And I really hope this is a ruse, and when we get to the Rumble, Bronson Reed does say, F you, Breaker, and throw him out. And I wouldn't mind if we do that little program there. Like, the Rumble's every man for himself. And so I really hope they don't commit to that. And, like, who comes in to clean house? Is it an Oba Femi? Do we do a Bronson Reed versus Oba Femi program at WrestleMania? Ooh, again, I don't want Bronson Reed taking losses, because he's beaten Roman Reigns. And I just don't really feel like W has completely capitalized on that. But yeah, we don't get the reveal. There's really no huge payoff. Okay, now we're going to have this match. Hopefully this is something we continue on as we progress and build up to WrestleMania, and there is a bigger reveal, hopefully on the road there, maybe at Elimination Chamber. I don't know. But yeah, it was just weird how, again, there are programs to it to justify it, that now Adam Pearce is not getting involved. He's letting the Vision go run amok and all of that. Like, there was no security that came out to stop the whole jumping of the Vision after, you know, the whole match between Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory collapsed. But again, there is just some caution there, because again, we've had multiple times where we're like, ooh, that's an interesting angle. I wonder where it's going to go. And then there was absolutely no payoff for it whatsoever. It was just there in the ether. And then a few months later on down the road, like, or even a year, they go, see, long-term booking. Like, no, you didn't. You forgot, and now you brought it back up because you had that in your pocket. So I hope this is not a case of that. Still, overall, a good segment. I think it was a pretty good piece of business. I don't need to see Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio again. I feel like I've seen that matchup way too many times already. Now, hopefully, Rey Mysterio is okay. He did appear to get hurt in the match. At first, I thought it was part of it because, again, with how the Vision was jumping on it, I thought it was part of the booking. It does not look like that was the case because the ref did put up the X. So all the best wishes to Rey. Hopefully, he's okay and that he can be back on the road to WrestleMania, which does leave a spot open, and the Royal Rumble. So let's get into it, right? The main event scene, because AJ Styles comes out talking about how this might be his last Raw. CM Punk comes out. CM Punk gives a little wink nod to the crowd, going like, y'all know why I'm out here, right? Sure enough, they set up the match, AJ Styles versus CM Punk, and the main event for the World Heavyweight title. Boom, great, love it. Because if this is to be AJ Styles' final Raw, and, you know, if he is retiring this Saturday, the only real match that we really need to get to was a proper CM Punk versus AJ Styles one-on-one match. So I was really looking forward to that. As we progress, Finn Balor comes in to give CM Punk his flowers because CM Punk gave him his last week. And he goes, hey, you should really get rid of Dominic Mysterio and leave the Judgment Day and into the Royal Rumble, win, and we can have another round. He goes to Adam Pearce. And I'm telling you, this really bugged me. He says, hey, I'm here to declare for the Royal Rumble. And Adam goes, no, all the spots are filled. When literally earlier on, I know it was during a commercial break, but Javon Evans declared for the Royal Rumble. People didn't start declaring for the Royal Rumble until last week. So what, in a span of 1 week or even 30 minutes, was Javon Evans the final entry to get into it that you can't get in? That now you are just like, oh yeah, here we go. Again, there are some ways out of it because I do think the overall end goal is that Finn Balor is going to turn face. I think Chicago will be where his final heel stand is because at the end, right, AJ and Punk having a good match. It was fine for what it was, but again, it was overall good. It's kind of one of those John Cena heel turns for me, right, where I'm just happy I got it. I would rather have it and get what I got and then not get it at all. You know, it was just one of those things. Again, the match was nothing really flashy to look at. I just appreciated the work that the two people were giving. And then we had a DQ finish because Finn Balor comes in, wrecks house, gives CM Punk 3 coup de grace. And now, since Punk was away in Belfast in Ireland and Finn Balor had the home field advantage, where's Elimination Chamber? Oh, it just so happens to be in Chicago. So therefore you have Finn Balor versus CM Punk in Chicago, where CM Punk has the home field advantage. Last two Raw for Finn Balor to be it. I would assume Dominic Mysterio is back by that point, now that we are bringing him up again. Which, dear God, I mean, at this point, you probably should have stripped him of the Intercontinental title, but I get it. This is the plan that you want. You want Finn to win that IC title away from him. Liv puts on a dilemma. Okay, well, since you're so sure, either you win or you're kicked out of the Judgment Day. CM Punk retains. They jump him, and then boom, there we go. We're off for the races. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania for the IC title. We'll get more into that on my Royal Rumble prediction video. That should be coming out on Friday or Thursday. It's Thursday or Friday when it's going to come out. I'm not sure when I had that scheduled, but I go more into it over there. I do see why the Rumble was full for the Finn storyline, but again, it's just you've never done that before. So how is it now, especially when someone just declared for the Rumble not even 30 minutes before? Like Javon declared, then all of a sudden the paperwork was automatically done. Give me a break. And also, you gave 4 spots to the Vision. What do you mean the Rumble is full? It was just, I don't know. I didn't fully like that. But again, I liked everything else that we were building around it. I wasn't a huge fan of the DQ finish. I kind of wish Finn would have attacked afterwards. But I get it. He's a rabid dog. He's really, really hungry. He wants to solidify that he gets a title shot. And then he's going to get it at the Elimination Chamber. Because Punk's going to be like, I'm a fighting champion. We can have it now. But since you had home field, I'm getting home field. We'll do this in Chicago. And bada bing, bada boom, you get it sold out right then and there. And then as for everything else on the show, we have the 6-woman tag. I heard there were some big WrestleMania implications that were going to be started during the 6-woman tag. I personally didn't see it. Overall, it was a fun, to me, overall match of the night. For me personally, I really enjoyed the 6-woman tag quite a bit. I just thought, again, it was much better than the Saturday Night's Main Event one. Y'all know I wasn't the hugest fan of that tag team title match. This one, with the extra bodies involved, again, I just thought they were really just flowing with each other all the way through. Very good spots here and there. But yeah, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Stephanie Vecchia get the win 1-2-3 on Roxanne Perez. And then we are getting the Philadelphia street fight between Stephanie Vecchia and Roxanne and Raquel next week on Monday Night Raw, which again, I think solidifies that we've had a world title match in some way, shape, or form every single week for the past 4 weeks. Because 4 weeks ago, before the first show of the year, we had the women's world title triple threat match, right? We also had a tag team title match. Then the following week, we had the Braun Breaker versus CM Punk, along with some other title matches. Then we had Finn Balor versus CM Punk. I guess the week before that one, we did not have it because Punk was out to do a promo. So I guess that was the only other one where there wasn't a title match on the line. But for the most part, every single week this of the year has had a title match in one way, shape, or form on one of the programs, either Raw or SmackDown. But yeah, looking forward to it. Honestly, give Raquel the belt. I would be completely down for that. I think she's earned it. She also did a promo during the commercial break as well that I can only see online. I thought she killed it. The crowd really responded to her. The sexy Raquel as is being promoted right now, to me, is really, really running high. And again, with who I think who's winning the Royal Rumble now, I think there's a lot of positives if we do go in that direction. I mean, this run, no disrespect to Stephanie, hasn't really done much for her. She's probably better chasing than she is holding. So why not do that? Maybe we do another triple threat at WrestleMania. Again, depending on who is winning the Royal Rumble, of course. We will go from there. But yeah, and then, we had the Fatal 4-Way for the World Tag Team titles. I was told that it was paternity leave for Jimmy Uso. Now it's not. Now it looks like it's just, personal matters that are being happened. So I just hope him and Naomi are as healthy as they can be. I'm sending the best wishes to them. I mean, the Jimmy not being there is a completely afterthought, right? Like, he has to be there to make sure that he's taking care of his family. So there we go. So everything is completely fine right now, unless things aren't fine. And again, I'm just hoping they are okay. Fun match. For the most part, when it comes to the Fatal 4-Way. Again, nothing to really run home about. Alpha Academy 1, I felt like that was pretty telegraphed as what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago when Alpha Academy stood on business to Jey Uso. I felt like that was the program that we were doing regardless. Sure enough, that is what it was. But yeah, again, overall, I think that's for the most part on the things when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Yeah, we had the Natty program promo as well. We also had Becky, Asuka, and Kairi talking, which to me was probably my favorite segment of the night, because Natty first. We'll talk about Natty first, but Natty is going back to the blood sports type. And what was the line? Natalya elevates, but Natty decimates. Oh, I really did like that line. Hopefully we keep capitalizing on it. I hope it's not just let's do the program of Maxine and then they just disappear from television. I feel like we actually have something going on here that could be very special. Not PLE worthy by any means for now, right? But but this could be really good for Monday Night Raw television program that could be really built out throughout the weeks on the road to WrestleMania. Maybe it can get on the road to WrestleMania. It's all about execution. But again, I see that as for a WrestleMania Raw type, the Raw before WrestleMania, as opposed to being on WrestleMania for now. But again, we'll see how an execution goes. But I really did like everything that we did with Natalya. But yeah, Becky declaring for the Royal Rumble just so that way she makes sure no one else is going to go for her title. And then here comes Kairi and Asuka, and Kairi going, "You're not going to win the Royal Rumble because no one's ready for Asuka." And Becky just like, "I'm ready for Asuka. I beat Asuka many times. In fact, you can go ahead and tell her that. Go ahead." And then Kairi goes to translate, and Asuka goes, "I heard her." And then they have the nice back and forth. And my favorite bit was after they leave, and Kairi is just like looking at the title, and it's like it's the ring from the Lord. It's like the final ring from the Lord of the Rings. And she's going like, "My precious," and Becky's like, "No, don't touch it." And then you get the Asuka, "Kairi," and then she leaves again. It just really made me laugh. I really did enjoy that spot quite a bit, to the point where I'm even re-laughing about it. But yeah, again, overall, good episode of Raw. Again, nothing really to run home about by any means. Yeah, sure, you can nitpick it from here and there. But again, it's one of those Raws that we just know where they're going. They seem focused, and we see the plan overall. It's kind of going back to that 2023 when Triple H first took over. The plan seems pretty obvious, and we're along to go for the ride. I know when I think it was 2024, late 2024, I was like, man, the plan just seems so obvious. They need to take some risk. In 2025, they did that. And I'm like, okay, let's go back to more planned structure and all that. And maybe that is where they are better in the pocket for WWE, because again, this month has been such a great job for them. They have done a phenomenal job. Now we'll see if they can land it once we get to the Royal Rumble. But yeah, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode of Monday Night Raw. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Leave a like if you made this far within a review. I do greatly appreciate it. And of course, hit the subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. And don't forget to squeeze the days, guys, because life is too short not to give you all. So squeeze every opportunity that you can. Until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.